HUTAO, originally released on March 2nd, 2021, is getting her first ever rerun in Genshin Impact, and here is what we learned after 8 months of playing with HUTAO. And most importantly is that what you need to know before you decide to put on her banner. Before that though, quick disclaimer that these videos are not meant to stop you from pulling your favorite waifu character, but simply address their performance from a meta perspective. For more video like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. And let's get started. HUTAO is currently considered to be a top tier meta character and is played as a hyper carry, currently at a 3 out of 5 for her primo value, which means that while HUTAO is a very strong character, she's not so strong that she is a must pull for any player, and no player should feel pressure to pull for HUTAO if they do not enjoy her playstyle and such. Do you need a second main DPS? Do you need a strong single target damage dealer? Do you already have another team that doesn't use Bennett, with team like Morgana, Ayaka Freeze, or Xiao come to mind? But in my personal opinion, HUTAO is generally not recommended to pull for unless you plan on going for either C1 or Staff of Homa, potentially even both. This is because Xiangling can yield similar performance while being a 3-4 star pyro characters. But especially important is that both Xiangling and HUTAO want to use Xingqius as a support, so it's not really possible to play both of these together unless you also happen to own a child, in which case you can play Xiangling and HUTAO one on each side. However, this does not necessarily mean that Xiangling is better than HUTAO. Even at Constellation 0, HUTAO can outperform Xiangling in certain category, namely single target damage and short period burst damage. Both of these categories are especially important when it comes to fighting boss type enemy with multiple phases like the Hydro Hypostasis, Magu Genki, or the Perpetual Mechanical Array, all have seen in recent Abyss Chamber. On the other hand, Xiangling will outperform HUTAO in the AoE category, which is just as important, because as we can see right now in the current Abyss Floor Troll 3, there is a lot of dependency on AoE. Overall, one is not strictly better than the other, and it's situational which character should you bring. But worth mentioning is that since HUTAO is a 5-star character, she can get Constellation on top of her base C0 form. And while this might not apply to every single player, for Dolphin or Whale player, since they are able to get a high Constellation HUTAO, potentially with a high refinement Staff of Homa as well, which is her signature weapon, she will be able to outscale Xiangling with those Constellation or with those refinement on your Staff of Homa. With that being said, HUTAO is one of the most mechanical challenging character currently in Genshin Impact. This is because HUTAO damage heavily reliant on being able to animation cancel. The basic of HUTAO animation cancel contain jump cancel for C0, which is by doing a jump input after you do your charge attack to cancel out the end lag on your charge attack. Properly doing animation cancel can result in 15 to 20% damage increase. And at Constellation 1, you'll remove the stamina requirement from her charge attack, which not only make her significantly easier to play, less clunky, but also unlock what known as the dash cancel instead, which is much easier to do than the jump cancel, but could result in another 20% DPS gain beyond just doing the jump cancel. As a result, HUTAO is currently the most mechanical skill lock character in Genshin Impact. That means that your damage output on HUTAO is going to be directly tied to how mechanically skilled you are, and it is heavily recommended to try these animation cancel out to see how it feels in the upcoming HUTAO trial prior to pulling. Together, she must be paired with Xingqius, but other than that, usually she is paired with double Geo, which is usually Zhongli, and then a Albedo or a Ningguang on the last slot. Alternatively, she could be paired with a Pyro and a Anemo character, usually with the Pyro member being Ember and then a Sucrose or a Kazu on the Anemo slot. While HUTAO, Xingqius, Ember, and Kazu is currently her strongest team, this team is very unpopular due to not having any defensive option, and playing HUTAO without any defensive option is very difficult. Do know that Ember is necessary here because HUTAO have no method of applying Pyro outside of her elemental skill. On the other hand, Zhongli is capable of providing a massive amount of defensive option from his shield as well as interrupt resistance. Therefore, Zhongli is more commonly ran with HUTAO instead. However, with the upcoming patch, aside from the HUTAO rerun, we will also be getting a new 4-star support character Toma. Toma is currently playable in his hangout and has been proven to work incredibly well with HUTAO, being able to offer a strong shield support that HUTAO really need, while simultaneously providing Pyro infusion for Kazuya. HUTAO, Xingqius, Toma, and Kazu together would potentially be the best new HUTAO team, and this will raise the overall power level of HUTAO even further than before. Overall, whether HUTAO is worth or not strictly depend on the player and your account status. If you're a new player missing a strong carry, and you already rolled it on the Chao banner, you could just run something like Chao Xiangling on one side and HUTAO Xingqius on the other side, which is a very solid setup. If you're a veteran player and you have spare Primo, HUTAO is also not a bad pickup because she is very strong in single target boss fight, which as we can see are pretty common in the Abyss. It's just not necessary to have HUTAO in order to beat this encounter. With that being said, I wish everyone who is looking to pull for HUTAO a good luck on their pull. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and bye.